Today I fucked up by testing to see if anyone in my office actually wanted to talk to me. It all started at the end of April. I have been at my job for a few years and was well liked by all of my coworkers, or so I thought. One day a coworker, Mickey, commented about wanting to go to a baseball game and I jumped at the opportunity. I love baseball and really enjoyed spending time with Mickey. Considering her a close work friend after sharing my struggles with anxiety and hearing of her struggles with goings-on in her life. This began a string of FUs that leads me to today. I thought that perhaps she didn't mean to invite me to join her when I asked when she was going and she stumbled over her words. Oh, I hadn't thought about it that much. Okay, well let me know when you decide, I'd love to go with you. Then and there she looked up game dates and promos and she decided on a weekend game with an alcohol promo. Sweet, it should be a great time. I asked if anyone else was going and she invited her cousins to come, the more the merrier. Everything was great at the game. We had a good time until she got plastered and couldn't get to the toilet without assistance. I won't go into it in detail, but Mickey was also getting very snuggly with me as the drinking progressed. I don't have a lot of experience with women, to be honest. A high school romance and a few college flings are all I had to be the judge. To me it seemed that Mickey was coming on to me, strongly. Cuddling, buying me drinks. Asking me to walk with her when she needed to buy food and holding my arm tightly. While at the time I appreciated the affection, I was also quite concerned about the ramifications. Mickey was my friend and we have had discussions which made it clear to me we would not be compatible in that type of relationship. After we had both sobered up, I thought to ask her, "Hey, was all that snuggling just you being drunk and friendly, or was it something more?" Mickey responded quickly to the text that it was just her being drunk and she was sorry if she gave me the wrong impression or made me uncomfortable. Great. I thought, I never wanted it to be more, but if it was, there needed to be serious discussions about it, as she sits directly next to me at work and we're in a small office setting. I thought all was well that ended well, but after a few days I noticed that Mickey wasn't really talking to me much anymore. I worried that maybe asking her about her behavior had made her uncomfortable around me, and so I apologized if that was the case and told her that I missed chatting with her at work. The next day she texted back, "I'm just going through some shit right now and don't want to bring it to work with me." Okay, no worries, everyone has those times. I guess she just needs some space and will hopefully chat with me when she starts to feel better. Well, the next week she was smiles and roses, chatting with everyone in the office, cracking jokes and asking about people's day-to-day. Everyone except me. This went on for a couple of days before I texted, "Hey, I feel like we haven't talked in forever. We should grab a drink and catch up." The next morning she responded, "Hey, I am sorry I can't go out right now, I am broke. Okay, maybe next paycheck." And I asked again 2 weeks later. She responded quickly, "I'm sorry, I am really not up for it." Well shit. I guess she really is still going through it. I continued to give her space, but at the end of the week with her chatting away with everyone but me, I felt like I needed to apologize for whatever I had done, and so I said, "I'm sorry for sending this message, and I'm sorry for whatever I did to make you not want to talk to me. I miss our friendship and chats. I know this message may make it worse and I'm sorry for that too." Puzzled, "I am sorry you feel that way. I don't feel the need to constantly chat at work. But I have to ask you to stop messaging me about this because it puts me in an uncomfortable position." Oof. It's my fault, I am sorry. I must have mistook friendliness for friendship, I replied. She stopped talking to me in any function other than work-related after that day. Something about what she said stood out to me. "I don't feel the need to constantly chat," the words repeated in my mind like a CD with a skip. Well, I thought, I do tend to chit-chat at work. I'm a naturally friendly person and tend to ask questions which keep conversations alive instead of letting them die. I guess I will take cue from her. I will go a few weeks only speaking when necessary or when spoken to. I guess nobody at my work likes me, because after a week, I have had exactly one person talk to me outside of work questions. I am an anxious, depressed wreck and am currently questioning all my life's friendships. Too long did not read. I lost one work friendship and decided to check them all by only speaking when spoken to. After a week I have had exactly one conversation and am questioning my life. Oh my. She was embarrassed she got a bit drunk and friendly. Then you made it worse. She now feels uncomfortable. Work friendships are built from the fact you're all paid to be in the same place and you get along. This does not always mean proper friendships. GIF. Giphy. NM3 males 4RK OTEG, downsized. Jesus dude. I think you meant to post this in R, cringe. I did this once upon a time too. Stopped being the one to always reach out, and realized none of my coworkers ever reached back. It hurt a lot. I fell into a hole of questioning, then eventually hating myself. Don't know if I've quite recovered yet. Sorry you're going through this. I think it's important to remember that your coworkers are a captive audience. That doesn't mean they dislike you. It just means that they don't really have a choice in who they get to talk to. For all you know, they might all be wondering what's wrong with you, but aren't the type to initiate. They also might be conditioned to just wait for you to talk to them. Don't beat yourself up. If you were disliked, you probably wouldn't be able to chat with people since they'd ignore you or give your empty responses. Are you autistic? Because as an autistic person, that's a mood. Today I fucked up by not telling the military recruiters no. Okay, so not a major fuck up, but it puts me into a much more complicated situation than I'd want. 17F. Got a call this morning from an unknown number. Probably my first mistake to be honest. It was from a military recruiter from the school I'd just graduated. He was recruiting for the Marines and was wondering my plans outside of high school. I'd told him about how I'm going to uni, and I have all my tuition money set. We talked for a bit more, the details of the conversation not being too important, but throughout the conversation I was definitely not disinterested enough, as he wanted to schedule an interview for tomorrow. At this point I'm panicking, and I tell him I have something going on for work, so he suggests doing the interview before, and I'm like, I have some plans then, and so he's like what about after, and I'm like sure. I don't have a problem with people who work for the military, but I personally don't want to. So now I'm in a bind where I either have to go through with it or reach back to say no, and the prospect of that makes me anxious. Too long did not read. I couldn't say no to the Marine recruiters and now I have an interview tomorrow. They likely have lots of training and practice for how to keep people engaged as it gets them more recruits. You're under no obligation to contact him again if you don't want to, or just say you changed your mind and aren't interested. He won't take it personally. Literally just don't show up. He's relying on you feeling obligated to follow through, but you really don't need to. Ghost that fool. Accidentally winding up paratrooping into battle because it would have been rude to say no. You need to learn to say no. It's a skill you have to learn sooner than later or you will find yourself in a lot of situations you are uncomfortable in. Always remember, you don't owe anyone shit. You're literally messing with signing your life away because you don't want to seem rude to one random guy. 24 years in the U.S. Air Force, 18 of those years as a recruiter. Recruiters are trained to overcome objections and get you in the door. They are also very familiar with rejection. You owe this Marine nothing. If you don't want to join the military, don't waste your time showing up. No is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain yourself. Send a text, sorry not interested, and then block the number. The recruiter will get over it. You'll probably be his 5th no-show this week. Now go and enjoy college, congrats on your graduation. Recruiters are salesmen. Just don't bother to show up. You owe him nothing. Honestly, just send him a text telling him no. I've thought about it and have no interest in the military. Good luck. Don't be surprised if he keeps trying. I'd just block him. You seem to be weak against his pressure. He can smell it.